Come check out our awesome channels on YouTube and Twitch. The Classic Order gameplay is just for you.
Hello everybody, welcome to today's adventure on the Blue Stars Classic Order Zibion Global Concerns game reviews. Today we're going to be playing one of my favorite games, most hardest SOB games that you ever played. The Adventures of Bayou Billy. A lot of people don't like it, and because of the challenges, only one life to live. It's very impossible with some things, but if you have the skill, it's a forever hit on a hit point. But anyways, do you have anything to say, Dan, before the show starts?
Yeah, Mike, play a different game.
Hell no! I don't think so. It's Konami Day. What are you gonna do about it, man? Okay.
Works every time.
Give me that! Give it!
You jerk.
We're playing Bayou Billy now. You're gonna like it. Yeah, get the Bayou gumbo. I'm gonna get my Bayou Billy hat and you're gonna join, man. Yeah, you got any words to say now?
You win.
Alright, Bayou Billy, the most insane game to play. We're going to play that challenge, how bad it is. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you can't have the gun. No. One cool thing, back in the early 1988 and 1989, the video game from Konami, Bayou Billy, was made. It was also a computer game at the time, before any of announcements, and also had a big lawsuit with Universal because of looking like Crocodile Dundee, known as Billy West as Bayou Billy. One of the cool guys that was raised by gators in the swamps, as the commercial proclaimed, but naturally it had its own comic series from Archie series by 1989 to 1991. As well, within the 1990s and 1991s was the Captain N series. But look at this comic art. It is badass, dude. If you have these books, they're worth probably something big time. Very rarity holds, so I advise you to hold on to it. And let's play some Bayou Billy. But look at this. And Captain N was an amazing series. I loved watching that. It was kind of weird and gooky. The characters didn't really resemble the characters for what we know. But they had that nice, if you liked creepy chills and amazing stuff, and it had a nice touch, and it was a classic style. Of course, you expect with the old 80s or 90s type looks. Yeah, at that time, that retro look was really something, and this pretty amazing to see your characters come to life and have a little fantasy being sucked into a television. So let's get playing some Bayou Billy and let's rock this world of one of my most difficult and pain in the butt games for anybody to play, and that I also love the music and the graphics, but I hope there's a remake where it's a little more easier and more approved, hopefully. Alright, let's get playing that.
Oh yeah, this is really good. So this pretty much is the Adventures of Bayou Billy. It's pretty cool arcade graphics, sound, and stuff. So it's a really good one to actually play. So I guarantee you, it's something to really looking for. So we're starting to play Mission 1. The Adventures of Bayou Billy. Yeah. I love the music. It's just great. Some of these game themes that are really, really good. It has one of those game theme musics. Oh, come on! So easy to get hit. Yeah. So, you know. I'm actually playing this. I'm playing one of the emulated versions that they have out there of the NES game. This is one of the games I rented, but I wasn't able to get for my NESs. It's a rare game by Konami.
You really gotta take your time with these guys. Now, if you walk and stumble on them like all at once, they will kill you. You can actually inch your way across the screen, but the stick is the death kill weapon for these guys. Do not lose the stick. It's like get the knife on Ghosts and Ghouls and Ghosts and Goblins. This is one of the most hardest games, and the rocks will crush a lot of these characters. That guy is a ASB. Don't let him get you. Take that. Oh my god. This guy will throb you until you die. He's like a mid-boss before getting across almost. Now the gators. Why? It says in the commercial back in the olden times of this game that he was raised by gators. Must not be the Zack Gators. Holy mama. I thought you were friends with the gators. Why? Why would Bayou Billy kill his own... I don't know. Well, technically, in the main comic series, he had his own pet gator. It wasn't that he was actually raised by the gators. It was his pet gator. And he was raised from a family that... so forth. You have to get the comic book to read a little more info, but it's way different than the video game and the silly commercial, him wrestling and beating the snot out of him. But then again, it just says he's like raised by gators. You gotta watch that if you haven't seen Bayou Billy stuff before. Early 80s, early 90s stuff. Basically your Crocodile Dundee thing. This is a really good game, but it is a murder game. It will kill you if you don't have your head on straight and your insanity straight. Trust me, it will make you really aggravated. So you have to to progress. You have to take these gators out technically. One time I swear I glitched through it as a 14-year-old when I was playing this because my cousins had it. One of the most hardest challenges, like I said, and I just want to show the guys you have to fight, these scuba gear dudes. They are the breathless, they're ruthless on you. You have guns and you have a stick, and if you do get a gun or something, it's gonna be very little. I mean, they throw it at you, you get it. But the thing is, you want to save every bullet as possible, every that you can hold on to. But I tell you, by the time you get there, it's a challenge. Now, I see how it's just one person. You want to inch your way across the screen, but once you get to the water or the swamps or whatever you want to call this of the bayou, now you're starting to have some really tricky stuff. You just want to get out of the damn water, honest to God. And that's why you kind of have that rush through. But when you first start off, the first couple of guys, you want to inch your way across slowly, not like what I just did. And that guy's waiting to beat your brains in right next to the ground. I love this game, but geez, I would love to see a mod of it where the characters ain't as hard unless it's considered a boss, maybe some kind of boss, and with an energy meter. I do swear at a point that they did have a two-player thing, because if you look on the right hand, you have enough place to put a player two. And I just wonder by experiment if I could mess with some stuff. Since I know how to make video games, I wonder if I could look into some stuff. But I will not mess with the game because respects to the game, but I would love to see someone mod a game of this and make it like 4 players, a 4-player game, and just put this as hard, make this a hard mode, call this challenge mode, hard mode, and then have achievements. Hey Konami, do that! Make this challenge mode. This will be challenge mode, remake the whole game, and make it 4 players, and put some up-to-date stuff. Keep the same backgrounds, keep the same stuff, weaken the characters, and make the game worthwhile playing for new generations. Don't make it so hard, because you really have to stop and take one step at a time to get through the whole map. But once you're in the water, you want to get out of the water because you move. You just feel like you're glued down, but you can move through it. So I just hope, you know, maybe Konami could actually remaster this into a better form, and maybe he could actually swim in the water and wrestle the gators. Who knows? I don't know what time-consuming or time that they could do to make this. At least put it as 4 players and make the enemies a little weaker, you know? And then they can actually get to a boss like so, and then you can actually beat most of the game. And here we're into the story mode. Billy, don't worry. Da 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 da. Oh yeah, Mr. Big. Yeah, you smoked that cigar. But anyways, yes, you can use the light zapper. Oh yeah, get a kick out of that one, buddy. That is one of the coolest things within the game. You can use the light zapper and zap all the baddies. And you have a bit of everything of Nintendo Power history, which makes it a really good game. Imagine having 2 players shoot with the light gun on this! You also can use the U-Force on this, like I said, and it's supposed to be a cheat through it, using the U-Force, kind of like the Power Glove with Link to the Past. Well, Zelda 2 on NES. Not Link to the Past, my mistake. Reference, Zelda 2, like the Power Glove, just to beat it for a cheat. Now, I don't know how true that is, because I've seen a couple people do it. But the fact is, I'd love to see this game brawling with 4 players, and or even just 2 players, and with an easier play. I mean, mostly 4 players, but it would be kind of interesting to see an old school game revived and use the same old school graphics and stuff, but brought up to date a little bit better. So anyways, I'm just getting through this. This is part of the level, and you're working your way through the level, taking all these baddies out. And then you got a race level. You can also use the controller instead of the light zapper, but I think it's a great game, but it is a pain because it's anomalously to kill you in the first level. You think that would be a final stage, because you don't get to all the good stuff until after. And yet, this was a PC game before, you know, reaching here with Konami. It came from Konami, of course, but, you know, PC game first. And, I'm going to end this into my theory about why it should be an arcade machine. My fantasy imagination. If it was an arcade machine, it'd probably be 1,000 times better with graphics and fun. Let's go switch over, because I'm not going to beat the whole thing. There's not that many levels. I want you guys to experience it if you are into serious death kill, hardcore, massacre challenges, because this will massacre you and make you angry enough to throw the controller. So be kind to your Nintendo. Just remember, the game was rushed production and a lot of issues with stuff. And you can look at the information up on Wikipedia if you want to find more about it, and listen to the other reviewers on the history of it.
This is really good. So this pretty much is the Adventures of Bayou Billy. It's pretty cool arcade graphics, sound, and stuff. So it's a really good one to actually play. So I guarantee you, it's something to really looking for. So we're playing Mission 1. The Adventures of Bayou Billy. Yeah. I love the music. It's just great. Some of these game themes that are really really good. It has one of those game theme musics. Oh, come on! So easy to get hit. Yeah. So, you know, I'm actually playing this. It's actually, I'm playing one of the emulated versions that they have out there of the NES game. This is one of the games I rented, but I wasn't able to get for my NESs. It's a rare game by Konami. It was popular and made it out there. A lot of people bought it, but then once it was sold out and a lot of people didn't like it, you didn't see the game on the market that much anymore after it. So it was like a one-way buy once you saw it. So, yeah, and it was one of the hardest games. Really aggravated a lot of players. It is a great game on the big screen here, so it's a pretty cool game. If you can have the tolerance to play it and not get so aggravated, and one of those classic players, and you understand the concept, a lot of buttons revived off of computer keystroke programming and a lot of the other stuff, like the Atari years, because a lot of people want to make it like a joypad from the Atari for some of these insane games. But this one was more keypad off the keyboard. So the buttons, the arrow keys were like in a reverse and a certain thing to do a certain attack. So it was more complicated. They were trying to be like DOS or something in that time when they put this out. And the X-Men was the arcade. That's the most popular arcade. So yeah, this is about my review. It's pretty short, so that's it.
Thank you for visiting our wonderful YouTube channel. We hope you come back again to check out our other great videos.